Orang ambil Eve untuk cabar RRQ nak ambil ke Alpha. Sebab kalau diorang tak ambil Alpha, TLID ambil Alpha. Sekarang ni TLID diorang punya draft, diorang dah boleh counter Alpha. Jadi RRQ tak boleh ambil Alpha dah ni. Diorang kena ambil Beatrix kot. Gatot open tapi memang orang takkan ambil dah Gatot sekarang. Oh, diorang berani gak ambil Alpha gak. Ambil Alpha Edith. Edith very good counter. Balman lah. Dah respect Matilda. Ya, Matilda memang kena lah. Nathan ban. Nathan pick. Diorang dah boleh ban. Diorang boleh ban 1-1. Diorang boleh ban Beatrix. What's up for Jachung? Tank English please. What do you mean tank English? Oh, I've been speaking Malay. Sorry man. Sorry. Ban Iritel. Okay, respectable. Iritel Alpha, good combination. Feel like Bauman is a interesting pick, but I don't think any of the teams are going to pick it up.
But on the scenario, do you think that
camera clear bang? No. It's just the lighting. Oh, sorry. It's just the lighting.
By all means, right now for Team Liquid ID, it's all about.
So they ban Ling. After this, what other things can they ban? What other junglers is there? I wonder if they will consider banning out something like that Kai. Am I forgetting? Am I forgetting a super powerful jungle fighter? I just can't remember right now.
So now it's going to be a ban towards the Harriet as well.
Boleh ke samakan style Aaron tu dengan Gorgeous? Aaron apa? Aaron Shiki ke Aran? I don't think it's the same lah. They saw Skylar Irritel yesterday and said, nah, we ain't trying to deal with that. No, I feel like it's a good combination of Alpha and Irritel, where you just have a lot of armor shred, and then everything just feels like true damage. Based on games malaman lagi top form, I really feel like TLID is a more disciplined and well-organized team. RRQ is more chaotic. Like, I feel like RRQ has the better micro, but I feel TLID has the better macro. So I personally actually feel like TLID could win it. Because I feel like they're the more structured team. And if RRQ wins it, whew. Paquito. I was thinking of Paquito, but I don't know if Paquito is good enough. I really don't think Paquito is good enough. Alright, Chopik, good for countering the Alpha. The Beatrix is still open. It's still an okay counter. Not counter lah, but you can fight late game to late game. If you want to risk it, you can pick up the Moskov. Moskov is also a pretty legit pick here. But I have a bias towards late game marksmen nowadays, so I really like the Beatrix. They're picking up the Franco 1-1.
1-1-2 on a ton.
Okay.
You guys are so dirty. You're gonna 3D.
But no. K-Bane.
And look at this, dude.
Honestly, I honestly like TLID's draft because I feel like there's a lot of poke coming in from TLID with the Nathan, with the Bane. I really feel like they can play more systematically, but RRQ has a draft that is really all about mechanics. So if RRQ is able to land the hooks, then they should be able to win. But honestly, looking at the draft, I feel like RRQ should have at least the first 2 turtles. Crazy how they switched their main team with this MDL team and made it this far. Even TLID management must have been surprised with how well they have been performing. Yeah. Feel bad, but yeah. Oh, nice.
Now Witty will lose his immortality, but take a look at Chiki. He's re-hitting like a crazy man. 1 goes down, 2 goes down. Enoch will not survive as well. Now the base being very, very much healthy. Skylar, can he survive this one?
Oh, nice. Did a nice Skylar of the ult. Yeah, Nathan is too strong, guys. Nathan is too strong. RIP RRQ. Actually, I feel like RRQ is still doing okay because RRQ draft makes a lot of sense. But the thing is, if you guys remember during the draft, TLID first picked the Eve. So RRQ has a decision. either they pick up the alpha or they give the alpha. Because as much as the Eve counters the alpha, the Eve works well with alpha as well. So that was very good drafting coming in from TLID, picking up the Eve early, and then asking RQ the question, do you want the alpha or do you want to give us the alpha? Where's Yaoi, bro? I don't know, bro. The peeling for Nathan is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Inner players don't have the word retreat on their vocabulary. Nah, TLID does well. Good draft. Good draft from both teams, but better draft from TLID. Kalah draft ke kalah gameplay fell? Kalah draft. Because actually tak lah kalah draft. Both draft can work quite well, but TLID definitely has the better gameplay lah. Because again, RQ punish frontline, and then TLID draft is poke, is siege. So it's a different way to play, and TLID just plays it well. And I personally prefer. Okay, for example, oh hold on, tengah azan. I'll wait for the azan. So I'm gonna answer quite a few questions. First of all, I think I saw someone say TLID is like, as long as they look here, they can't beat SRG or PH teams. I feel like we should give them the respect. I feel like for all the playoffs teams, we should give them respect. And I feel like TLID can actually fight against SRG and PH teams. Still, winning or losing, it really, you know, depends on the draft and everything like that. But I feel like they can do well. I feel like they can do well. And yes, Gideon is at ID. And if you guys are worried, yes, he's getting paid. He's getting paid. Moonton official event. Hey, siapa tu?
My name is
Adin. Yes, he's getting paid. What's up, Adin? How are you, Adin?
Doing good, doing good. What's up, man? What's up?
What's up? Stop glazing SRG. I'm doing the opposite of glazing SRG. I'm glazing TLID. I'm saying that they can actually beat SRG. I feel like SRG, any team can beat them now. They're not like too ahead of the curve compared to before lah. So RQ can come back, yes, if RQ doesn't fall into the TLID draft trap. Because I feel like RQ, they saw the trap, but they're like, what's the worst that can happen? And then they got punished. Do you agree that Gatot is the best EXP laner in Rome right now? Honestly, no, not really, because Gatot is very strong, but based on the draft, other roamers can become better. For example, you have Matilda. Matilda can pressure the side lanes much more than a Gatot. So in certain drafts, the Matilda can be better. And then for the EXP lane, the Gatot is very strong. But there are times where you want to pressure the back line, right? For example, in game number 1, RQ going up against TLID, if the EXP is something like a Khalid, then the Khalid could be better. I would say Gatot is S tier, but it's not necessarily number 1 for Rome or EXP. RQ gampang panic kalau depress the early game. Laphel, shout out me. What's up, Princess Sajni? You've come here quite a few times. Thanks for keep on coming in. Well said. Thank you. But yeah, it's like MLBB is in a state right now where in terms of the best, you have Suyo. But if the Suyo and Chip, that's the best. If it's open, you pick it up. Innocent or Kara, honest opinion, Kara is good, but I still feel innocent, you know? Still feel innocent. But that's biased, because I've seen more innocent games than Kara games.
They were just going at it again and again in the skirmishes in the early game. And sometimes we've seen RQ.
I would actually, if I were to choose someone, it's not Innocent or Kara. Who's Aurora's goat laner?
Domeng.
Yeah, I would put Domeng.
Kind of stuck with the same situation.
Yeah.
Onyx found themselves.
If you put Domeng there, I would put Domeng.
You know, we made it all the way.
Salam Jumat Hadi Saleh. I actually like how Domeng plays. Win or lose, I like watching him play, you know?
It's always going to be an issue when you're thinking about like Eve. It feels really bad like pushing.
I'm actually loving the patch right now, to be honest. There's no like priorities in draft, like whoever picks that hero. Kau ada tengok, have you seen, Nadine, like some of the newer changes that might be coming to MLBB?
I haven't got the chance. Anything interesting?
Have you seen the bush changes?
Now that's
Oh, no.
Lucian's first pick.
So basically they're making the bushes smaller. I don't know if you
Smaller.
come to, yeah, and the map looks so big.
I believe it's still at
Oh.
100.
But there's also a item revamp. You know what item that could be revamped?
Again, he was actually doing some free
It's the rose gold meteor,
execution, right?
Okay.
Going for a bit of a
where
trying to ruin
where I think the stat roughly is the same, but with every lifesteal that you have, it converts. You still have lifesteal, but you also add one hybrid defense. So if you have 20, lifesteal, it will become 20 hybrid defense.
vulnerable target.
So on top of the lifesteal, you would also have hybrid defense.
Yes,
And
And
if
I-
you build another lifesteal item, it would add on
it
to
will
that as
add
well.
on.
This is only because
It will
she's
add
pretty
on.
good against certain
And I think it gives 100% of the effects to fighters, but only 50% to other heroes.
Or not, if somebody takes Suyo,
Mm.
pray to
Yeah.
God that she
So
can
I think
actually-
everything is the same except you add on. So it's kind of like
Zeus'in,
another what you call it?
it's very
And
good
people have
against
tested
you know, patch hero, meta hero.
like Alucard and siapa lagi seorang?
Cryo anymore? The traffic phase?
Alucard and Julian, I think. Bayangkan, both of them can get over 100 hybrid defense with no defense item.
Oh.
Over
basically
over 100
building-
armor and magic resist with 0 defense item.
I'm building a lot of lifesteal.
Yeah.
And that count with spell bam also ke tak?
I don't remember.